Hello everyone, welcome to my lecture of Introduction to Marketing. I am Dr. Anchal and agenda for today is that we will be discussing about concept of marketing, nature of marketing, definition of marketing and scope of marketing. Now, what we will be covering is the concept, of marketing, definition of marketing, nature, and the scope of marketing. So let us take first topic, that is concept of marketing. Now, any organizational activity which is directed towards satisfaction of customers' need by generating profit is termed as marketing in very simplest term. Now, where this marketing department lies in our organization? So, if we talk about organization chart, we have at the top CEO, or we have directors, or we have managing directors, we have presidents, and so on. Then we have various vice presidents. For example, vice president research and development R&D, vice president finance, vice president marketing, vice president human resource, and so on. It could be vice president operations, and so on and so forth. So this is the marketing, vice president marketing, and why the department of marketing is termed as the best among all, why the people of marketing are more loved by others as compared to other departments, why they earn more, is only because they are responsible to bring money into the company. So this is the only department that is responsible for bringing money into the company. That is why they are being given more incentives, they are being given more emphasis on. Though they have a pressure. Definitely they have a pressure for that. Fine. So let us define what is marketing. Let us define what is marketing. According to Philip Kotler, the book written by Philip Kotler of marketing management is Bible considered across the world. Now, he has defined marketing as marketing is a societal and managerial process. I repeat, marketing is a societal and managerial process in which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging the product and services of value to others, or goods and services of value to others. Now, looking at this definition, It says marketing is a societal and managerial process Marketing is a societal and managerial process in which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services of value to others. Now, why it is called societal process? It is called societal process because business exists for the existence of society. So, any business activity should focus on the betterment of society. Why it is called managerial process? Because it includes all the things of marketing, starting from identification of the needs, planning for that, and so on and so forth, till the time of controlling those activities. Then, here individual and groups, we talked about in this definition, says individual and groups obtain what they need and want. So, individual could be a person like me. If I am purchasing a product for myself, or I could be a group if I am purchasing a product for my family use. So, the individual could be a person, group could be a family, household, or even the business organization. So, if I am purchasing something for my business activity, so then it will be a group activity. So, what I need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging. So, you have to create the product. The creation of the product will be based on the needs of the customer, needs of the market. Offering, we have to, once we have created, we have to bring it to the market. We have to make sure that the person knows of that, it is being offered to the market, and then it is being freely exchanged. These goods and services are freely exchanged for price, and this should add value to each party. This means that the organization gets money and the customer gets a product which gives him intended benefit. So, we must know what is need and want and what is demand. So, before moving to further, we must know what is need, what is want, and what is demand. Need is the state of felt deprivation. Need is a state of felt deprivation. For example, if I am thirsty, I need something to drink. If I am thirsty, I need something to drink. Now, if these needs, there are certain specific satisfiers of those needs, and these are termed to be want. The specific satisfier of the need is termed to be want. For example, I need water to drink. So, water will be a specific satisfier, in this case, to quench my thirst. Now, what is demand? Demands are the human wants that are backed by ability and willingness to pay. For example, if I want mineral water to quench my thirst, and if I am having a pocket to pay, so this will add to demand. So, need, want, and demand. Need is the state of felt deprivation. Want are the specific satisfier of the need, and demand are the human wants that are backed by ability and willingness to pay. So, Moving further, when we talk about marketing, another definition, another viewpoint of marketing is marketing is an economic process by which goods and services are exchanged between marketer and a user, and their value is determined in terms of money or price. So, in the terms of economics, the definition of marketing goes like this. In a nutshell, if we talk about marketing in a line, we could define a marketing as a process of identifying and satisfying customers' need profitably. So, in nutshell, it is identifying and satisfying and satisfying customer needs profitably. So, why profit? Because any business activity should be profitable. So, because business exists, the major objective of business is to grow and earn profit. So, identifying and satisfying customer needs in such a way that it gives profit to the company, and customer feels delighted or satisfied by use of the product, or by these by continuous use of this product, he derives the benefit that he intends for. Now, next we could have is, what is nature of marketing? What is nature of marketing? So, we discussed in definition, marketing is a managerial function. Marketing is a managerial function. Why we say marketing is a managerial function? Because the purpose of marketing is to identify the market opportunities, to look for the unsatisfied or look for the latent needs that exist in the market. Then it is then you have to plan for those. Plan for satisfying those needs means you have to develop a product that could satisfy that need, then implement those plans and take necessary control mechanism. So this means that it is a managerial function. So marketing is a managerial function. Next is, it is a human activity. Why we say it is a human activity? Since it is directed towards satisfying of the needs and wants through exchange process, and it involves customers or individuals. That is why we say marketing is a human activity, because here we deal with individuals, here we deal with people. Next is, it is an economic function. Why we say it is an economic function? Why we say marketing is an economic function? Because here what we do is, we have to create a product, we have to create a system where we could increase the demand. So we have to create a product that satisfies that demand. We have to create a system or a study that increases demand. By this, what we will be doing is, we will be having increase in the overall demand of the product, increase in the sales and revenue of the company, thereby increasing its income, and ultimately it will be contribution towards the increase of national income. So it is an economic function. Now, marketing is regarded as an art and a science both. Marketing is art and a science both. It is an art as well as a science. Why we say art? Because it is art of dealing with the people, art of dealing with the persons, art of creating demand. And why we say it is science? Because it deals with analyzing the numbers or outcomes. It could be in terms of revenue generation, it could terms of measuring the profitability, it could be measuring the market demand, it could be the various other steps that we have to follow. So since there are certain steps that are there in predefined format, we say it is also a science. Then it is customer centric. Why we talk marketing is a customer centric activity? Because it is directed towards identification of and satisfaction of the customer need at profit. So it revolves all around marketing activities, and strategies revolve all around customers' need and their satisfaction. Marketing, it is a dynamic process. Marketing is regarded as a dynamic process because it doesn't end only with the exchange of product. It also goes beyond. It also goes beyond sales, where you have to you have to satisfy the customers. Post sales also, you have to take the feedback of the customers, and based on those feedback, we have to redesign or redefine marketing strategies if required. So it is always a dynamic process. It continues to add on, it continues to move. And last, it is goal oriented. So it is a goal oriented activity because there are certain targets, there are certain things which there are certain outcomes of marketing, and that is the satisfaction of need at profit. So generation of the profit could only be there if there is a proper revenue that has been generated. So generating profit from by increased revenue is a goal oriented, makes marketing as a goal oriented activity. Now, next topic that we are doing today is that is scope of marketing. So, according to Philip Kotler, the scope of marketing lies in 10 entities, 10 type of entities. First is goods. Now, in a developing country or in a country where which are developing or underdeveloped, the goods are mainstay of the economy. They are the mainstay of the economy. Before moving to what are goods, goods are being produced. The product could be into two parts, that is goods and services. The tangible elements are goods and intangible elements of the product are services. When we are talking about tangible and intangible, the tangible elements are those who we can see, we can take home, we have ownership, we could touch, and services which we could feel, we don't have ownership of any kind in those services. Okay. The services are produced and consumed simultaneously. So when we are talking about developed economy, the mainstay of when we are talking about developing economy, the mainstay of developing economy is the goods. For example, your food, your clothing, your houses, all are included in the goods. Now, next scope lies in services. When we talk about services, services are intangible parts. For example, lawyers. Lawyers offers you what? They offers you consultancy, law consultancy. For example, airlines. For example, your academics. We could say education. All these are the services, component of services. Now, the developed economy, in developed economy, there is more focused on services. Your tourism, hotels, all are included in services. Now, so another scope of marketing lies in services. All these things, all these areas need marketing. Then, third scope lies in experience. Now, what we say experience. For example, people visit to Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. We go to haunted house. We go to these types of places where we get an experience that we might not have gone through before. So, going to a haunted house, going to a adventurous place, and getting a totally different kind of experience and paying a good amount of money for that, people like to pay for them. So these experiences could also be marketed. Next, events. Events like theme-based event, like your sports activities, like your World Cup, your trade fairs, all could be marketed. All these could be marketed. So these events are also being marketed. Now, next is persons. When we talk about persons, for example, you must have seen various advertisements where people are saying that, for example, there was an advertisement of Boost years back where Sachin says, Boost is the secret of my energy. So these persons are endorsing those products. They are the brand endorsers, where the child will be thinking that drinking Boost will make him as strong as Sachin Tendulkar. So persons are also being marketed. Next scope lies in place. Place are also being marketed. For example, there are various state level tourism departments. For example, you must have seen the ads of Gujarat, in your or ads or the places like Taj Mahal and all. These are which UP Tourism is marketing. You have seen various ads of. You might have seen various ads of this Uttarakhand tourism, Gujarat tourism, Kabhi to Aiye Gujarat mein, and all these kinds of ads. What they are doing? They are marketing their geographical area. They are marketing their state. So the places are also being marketed. Then properties. Like real estate. So place included your state tourism, geographic area, monuments and so on. Then we are talking about the properties. It could be real estate, it could be residential, commercial, any. All these, there are a lot many agents there. You may have seen lot many newspaper advertisement of real estate projects where they will be marketing it in certain way, like for example, if we are having a residential project, it could include your gym, your community center, nearness to city, metro station, then clubhouse, then you could have a school nearby, and so on and so forth. Then if you are talking about the commercial hub, the places could be marketed in such a kind. The people market like, for example, rate of return on investment, the rent generated from commercial space, and so on, the number of footfalls, proximity to the large residential group, and so on. So these here properties could be marketed in similar way. Then other scope lies in organization. Organizations could also be marketed in a number of ways. For example, your universities, colleges, institutions. Many of these could be marketed. Universities will be showing the number of placements, number of extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, various avenues where overall personality grooming of students could be there and all. So there are various institutions, there are various organizations where you could market those, where we say that scope of marketing lies in these. Then next is information. Information could also be marketed. For example, your news channel, your magazines, and so on. So what they market about information. Somebody says, "Humse tej, sabse tej." ठीक है, the real news, ठीक है, best prediction, and so on and so forth. So these are the information that these news channel, magazines, encyclopedia, various other channels like Discovery and all, they market. So this information, the scope of marketing lies in information. And last, that is ideas. Ideas could also be marketed. Okay, there are lot many people who are generating the ideas and marketing those ideas. Where, for example, if we could say Revlon, they say in factories we make cosmetic, but in store we sell hope. So ideas could also be marketed. So today we will be closing here, where we have covered concept of marketing, we have covered definition of marketing, we have covered nature and scope of marketing. We will be meeting soon for our next lecture on marketing. Thank you.